kids. We did really well yesterday. I'm Neelam again, and I really enjoyed everyone's enthusiasm and excitement, and I think everyone enjoyed the dance and the moving meditation. In light of everything that was going on, it was very fitting. Now today is a very special day. It is my co-teacher Ashi's birthday, and she is a special person. She's a great co-teacher. She is a great, she is a good team player. As I'm getting to personally know her as well in the last 2 years, I can say, and her family, I can say that she and her family are very loving, and I have grown to become friends and see her as the sister. So if we can, please, we're gonna keep everyone muted. I'm gonna sing. We're gonna sing "Happy Birthday," and then I have a video also that will follow with some birthday stuff. Okay. Birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, dear Ashi, and many more. Okay, now can we play this from the beginning, the video?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
Okay, thank you. So I can't take credit for that video. My mom found that video, but yeah, very cute, just like Ashi. And we'll I'm going to say the Noka. Let's close our eyes. And then next class, I learned the beach mantra that goes with the Noka mantra, and it also pertains to your 7 chakras. So in the next time's meditation, I will go over that, and different chakras that go with the different Nokar mantras. And the Nokar mantra has a way that if you repeat it 3 times in each chakra, it balances you for 24 hours. So when your chakras are completely balanced, that really helps you in getting the things that you want, and being aligned and focused and everything. So next time, I will definitely be sure to go over that with you guys. Okay. Namo Arihantanam, Namo Siddhanam, Namo Ayariyanam, Namo Vajayanam, Namo Loye Savasahunam, Eso Panchanamokaro, Savapavapanasano, Manglanancha Savesim, Paramam Havai Mangalam, Namo Arihantanam, Namo Siddhanam, Namo Ayariyanam, Namo Vajayanam, Namo Loye Savasahunam, Eso Panchan Bhukaru, Sava Pava Panasano, Manglanancha Savesim, Paramam Havai Mangala, Namo Arihantanam, Namo Siddhanam, Namo Ayaryanam, Namo Uvajayanam, Namo Loye Savasahunam, Eso panchana mukaro Sav pava pranashano Manglanancha savesim Paramam havai mangalam. Bolo Shri Acharya Mantung Maharaj ki jai. Bolo Bhaktamar Stotra ki jai. Bolo Jin Shashan Dev ki jai. Bolo 24 Tirthankar ki jai. Okay, kids, I want you to share a few, whoever wants to go for Shloka number 7. Yesterday we had a great time with Shloka number 7. We learned a lot. So to recap, it helps you with your karma and it helps you with in this day and age, we really don't have a snake poisoning and all those kinds of things. But there are still tropical areas and places in the south that people deal with this. So it is still a very helpful thing. Of course, it removes the venom from your mind, the negativity, your aura, and your everything. So whoever wants to go, please raise your hand. I might not be able to keep up with the chat, so please just keep your hand raised. And we'll call on as many people as we can.
I'm unmuting Ari. Ari, go ahead.
Tvatsansavena bhavasantati sannibadam papam shanachayamupeti sharirabhajam akrantalokamalinilamasheshamashu suryam shubhinnamiva varamandakaram.
Good, very good.
I'm unmuting Jeet. Jeet, go ahead.
Okay. Tvatsantavena bhavasantitasannibadam papam kshanatakshamupeti sharirabhajam akrantalokamalinilamasheshamashu suryashubhinamiva sharvaramandakaram.
Very nice, very nice.
Vidhi Jain, you're next. I've unmuted you, Vidhi. Go ahead.
Tvatsanstavena
You got muted, Vidhi.
I think so. Let me unmute Vidhi again. Vidhi, unmuting you. Please go ahead.
We can't hear you,
Are you able
Vidhi.
to listen me?
Yes, I can hear you now, Vidhi.
Tvatsanstvena
Yeah, go ahead now.
bhavasantati sannibaddham papam shanashyatamupeti sharirabhajam akrantalokamalinilamasheshamashu suryanshubhinnamiva sharvaramandakaram.
Very good, Vidhi.
Jainesh, you're next.
Janish.
Dvatsamstavena bhavasantati sannibadam papam kshanakshemupati sharirabhajam akrantalokamalinilamasheshamashu suryanshubhinamiva sharvaramandakaram.
Okay, good job. Who's next?
Anvi,
We can take
I'm
a couple
unmuting
more.
you. Okay, Anvi.
1 minute. Okay.
Stotra 7, Anvi.
That's what samsteva bhavastantati sanibadam papam Shanta Shikayam Putai Sharipajam Akranta Loka Mal Ila
Malinila
Masheha
Mashe Shamashu.
Mashu Surbuna Pina Mavia Shervara, sorry.
Okay. We're not going to, this is going to be the last person because we still have to do the meditation and go on to keep in track of time and all the India people that are on the call. So whoever doesn't get to go, we'll take them, towards the end and we'll have time to repeat. So sorry about that. Okay, now we're gonna do the meditation. So we're gonna do the meditation, and I just want you to take a few deep breaths, clarity breath work. So you have to keep your mouth open like we did yesterday, and we get into the breath. And when you keep your mouth open, it sounds like you're not forcing the breath out. And this has a way of transforming your mind. They have studied it to see that, when you work through the breath, like you don't have to think, and a lot of times it passes through the trauma and, several types of things. There have been people, prana is life. And what is this coronavirus? It is affecting our respiratory system, it's affecting our breath. So breath is everything, and it affects your living and everything. So it is an important aspect of everything. So I feel like if we get into a nervous state, we get into anything, this breath work, you can take it with you even while you're walking. You don't have to necessarily be in a meditative state. So it's a very good tool to have if you get stressed during an exam, or you're getting into a fight with your sibling or your friend, or I think it's a good way to step aside and be able to work on, getting composed again. So just close your eyes and just keep your mouth open like this. And you don't need to force anything, just in and out, and it's very natural. And nothing is pushed out or anything like Kapalbhati. So just work on it like this. We'll do a couple breaths. I want everyone to please do their best and do this along with me. You will really see some good benefits. It will help with pain. It helps with your mindset, helps with emotions. It helps with a lot of things. There's a lot of, research and study behind this, and a lot of training behind it. So please just follow along and trust the process. Also, nothing can survive in an oxygenated state. So let's keep our bodies fully oxygenated, and it keeps us happy, and it keeps us in a good mind state for us to learn. So we can have an open mind and an open practice today as well. Okay, so let's start, everything that has been happening. I think today's song will be fitting as well. I want everyone to get up from their chair and start moving whichever way you can, and keep your eyes closed. And this will be like our moving meditation. And today's song will be very fitting for that as well. So let's get started on that, please. We'll take a moment to play the song. Come on, I want to see everybody. I can see everybody. I want to see everyone proactive in this, please. Okay, it'll just be a moment and the song will play.
One day, this nation will rise up, live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal. one day, this nation will rise up, live out the true meaning of its creed. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, sons of former slaves and the sons of former slaves will they be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream. One day.
Okay, good job, everyone. I was looking at everyone and I was able to see that everyone was getting into it. I think someone mentioned yesterday too that can we shine light on what has been going on. So I chose meditations that were fitting for the protests and things that have been going on. And I think with Jainism we practice ahimsa and nonviolence, and that we're all one. So it's very fitting to be using these kinds of music. And I'm sure you guys learned in history class, Martin Luther King Jr. He allowed everyone to be able to come into this country that are not that are of color. So we are included in the color. We are Indians, and most of us are Indians, and we are included in the color category. So it's a privilege, and we should at least understand and send some compassion for what is going on, and not to be, because when you are silent, that is not being non-violent. It's also being, in a way, not helping to the cause. So I guess I just wanted to shine some light on that. And one quote that he says is that darkness cannot take out darkness. Only light can do that. So like we were saying yesterday, that if there's darkness in the room, what do? You shine the diya, the devo, or the diya, or whatever you call that, or you light a candle. And that's the only way that the candle will get rid of all the darkness. So we can't be talking like this and with the youth, and not youth, but we can't be acting like we don't know anything. We're ignorant, and we're not aware of what's going on. And then you be using that and thinking that we have some enlightenment and stuff. Only enlightenment and lightness and being conscious of what's going on is going to get rid of the hatred and the separation that has been created in this last week. Okay? So with that being said, Shloka number 8. So Shloka number 8, it helps you with all sorts of troubles and disturbances. But at the same time, it also removes your past sins. So we all believe in, past lives and stuff like that, and karma, the cause and effect theory. The way I can explain karma is cause and effect. So we do something, we get an effect, whether it's from a past life or whether it's from now. So all I can say is that this shloka will not only remove the obstacles and disturbances, but it'll help you start relieving the past life sins. So with that being said, I'm going to go with popular demand of the speed. And I'm going to go over shloka number 8. We're going to put that on the screen. And please follow along. If you need to write anything down, please do so. And rest assured, we will go over it many times, and we still have to go over like the meaning and stuff like that. And then we will also allow you guys to share at the end, time permitting. So if you don't get a word or two, don't be too disturbed. And before I do that, I wanted to give you some numbers that I have, numerology for stress, because I feel that when we have the stress, no, when we have disturbances and stuff, it causes stress. So the side effect of having disturbances and past sins that are causing issues is the thing. So what we were talking about with the numbers yesterday, same thing, but I have a different number for stress. So it's 1313514. I'm gonna put the, and then I'm also going to repeat it several times. But okay, so the way that you do this numerology is that you repeat it too. So if you don't want to write it on your wrist, you're not allowed to do that where you go, or if you go somewhere and you're not allowed to do that, then I think that what you should do is repeat it. And the way you repeat it is 45 times 3. So 3 times a day. So that totals 135 times. And you can say it all at once. So you can get up in the morning and say it all at once. You want to say it before you go to sleep, you can. If you don't have time to say it 3 times a day, just say it. You can say it while you're walking, while you're eating, So this is a simple process to help with the other tools that we are giving you in your magic Harry Potter toolbox. So the way you say it though, you don't say 13. You say 1313514. 1313514. And you have to say it how many times? 45 times 3, 135 times. Okay, so Hindi में 1 3 1 3 5 1 4 1 3 1 3 5 1 4. And the way you write it on your wrist, again, blue ink, it goes to your left hand, goes on your left hand, on your wrist, it goes on to your brain, and it's also blue color because of the chakra associated with it. And write it on your hand, and then when it erases, write it again. Blue color. So it's a blue color pen. And what am I? Okay, I want to make sure I got everything. So yeah, so say it, write it. And if you have a priority of like you want to do your memory, and you want to work on your stress, put the memory one first and then put the stress one second on your wrist, and keep it on your wrist until it washes off, then rewrite it. The way you write it is this way too. 13, then space, 13, space, 514. But don't say it like that. When you say it, it's 1313514. Okay? So if you guys have any questions, we can go over it at the end, but I need to move on considering that time is passing. Okay. So number 8. Matveti Natha Tava Samstavanam Mayeda. Samstavanam Mayeda. Matveti Natha Tava Samstavanam Mayeda. Marab Yati. Marab Yati. So it's Marab Yati. Tanudhi Yapi. Tanudhi Yapi. So it's Marab Yati. Marab Yati. Tanudhi Yapi. Tava Prabhavat. Tava Prabhavat. So it's marabhyati, marab. So it's marabhyati, marabhyati, tanudiyapi, tanudiyapi, tava, tava, prabhavat, prabhavat. So it's marab, marabhyati, marabhyati, tanudiyapi, tava, prabhavat. I'll put it all together to show you like how it sounds in a singing fashion. Cheto harishyati, cheto harishyati, satam, satam, nalini daleshu, nalini daleshu, nalini daleshu, mukta phala duti mupaiti, duti mupaiti, nanuda bindu, nanuda bindu. Mukta phala duti mupaiti, nanuda bindu, nanuda bindu. Matveti nath tava samstavanam mayeda, marabhyati tanudiyapi tava prabhavat, cheto harishyati satam nalini daleshu, mukta phala duti mupaiti nanuda bindu. Matveti nath tava samstavanam mayeda, marabhyati tanudiyapi tava prabhavat, cheto harishyati satam nalini daleshu, mukta phala duti mupaiti nanuda bindu. Okay, so I'm gonna say it one more time and then we will move on. Matveti nath tava samstavanam mayeda, marabhyati tanudiyapi tava prabhavat, cheto harishyati satam nalini daleshu, mukta phala tuti mupaiti nanuda bindu. Okay, so
All right. Hi, everyone. Hi. First of all, thanks to all and Neelam ji for your warm wishes. Thank you so much. And let's begin with the next Stotra, next Shloka. So yesterday we studied that Manatungaji, he made a decision that, okay, I'm going to complete this, just like you enter into a grade, into next grade, and you decide that, okay, I'm going to complete. Like no matter what happens, I'm going to pass with good grades. So the same thing happened in this composition of the Stotra as well. So before beginning, all right. So please have a look at the picture, and I need your observations over it. What can you see? And then we'll move on to the Stotra.
Ashish, let me know when you're ready to share, call kids on.
Yeah.
Because I- Riti, you're unmuted. Go ahead.
What I noticed from
Ashish, can you repeat the question to Riti again? Ashish, you are muted. Sorry, I'm unmuting you now.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. So my question is like, what do you observe in this picture? What are the things that, draw your attention?
From the picture, I noticed that someone is sitting on a lotus, and
Mhm.
on the side, it looks like Acharya Manatunga is writing the Bhaktamar Sutra on
Yeah.
the side.
Okay. And what do you see in the bottom?
On the bottom, I see like a sea, a sun with a face, and more
Mhm.
lotuses.
Right. Good.
Next, I
Anyone
have
else?
Arham. Sorry, go
Okay.
ahead. Next, I have Arham Javeri.
Mhm.
Arham, you've been unmuted. Go ahead. Okay, sorry. I'll unmute you again. Arham, you're unmuted. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. So Acharya Manatunga, he's writing Bhaktamar and to Adinath Bhagwan, and the and in the river or the lake there's a sun. It shows a reflection of a sun
Mm-hmm.
that has a face, or the sun could be in the sky, and that would be an entire different picture than the talk.
Right. Very good. Two more.
I've got Kavya. You're next.
There's like lotuses in like a lake, and then there's like some water raining on them, and there's also a sun that's like giving them heat and food. And Acharya Manatung is on the side writing Bhaktamar Stotra, the 8th Shloka, and Adinath Bhagwan is on a lotus in the sky.
Very good. I like your observation. You said the sun is giving heat and food. Very good. One more.
Next unmuting is called iPad. Please let us know your name.
Neil, so I see that it looks like Mahavira is giving water to some lotuses so that they can live, and the sun is giving them heat so they can also live too. And then there's like a lake, and on the side, Acharya Manatunga is writing Bhaktamar Sutra.
Very good. Very good. Okay, so like overall, the basic things that we notice here is we have lotus, we have raindrops, we have sun, Acharya Manatungaji, and Lord Adinath, right? So now we'll like try to look over the meaning, what it says. So yeah, so like yesterday what we studied. So now the next roadblock here is that Acharya Manatungaji faced was the doubt. And what was the doubt? Whether the stotra, whether the hymn that he is writing.
Go ahead. Sorry,
Okay,
Ashiji.
problem. So what is his doubt here? Okay, let's suppose you start with a project or you have some assignment due. So you start with it and you always have a question. So whether the teacher will like that project or not, or whatever the work that I am doing. So whether the, for whomsoever you are doing that work. So whether that person will like it or not, that is like a basic question in our mind. So we consider it. The same question, it's kind of a like roadblock for Acharya Manatungaji, that whether even if I write a hymn for the praise of Lord Adinath, but whether it will be recognizable in the world or not, whether the other people who are more intelligent than me, whether they will recognize it, they will accept it or not, or if they will not, otherwise what will happen? If people will not recognize what he has written, or if they will not appreciate, what will happen? Raise your hands, please. Okay, we have
Ashiji, sorry. Do I call people on?
yeah, please. You can unmute.
Okay. So I've got Miran Javeri. I'm unmuting Miran.
Mhm.
Okay. 1 second. Miran, go ahead.
Wait, what was the question again?
I'm saying like, okay, if you do some project and your teacher do not like it, appreciate it, so what do you feel like? What happens?
I would feel like bad that the teacher was not giving my project a good grade and something, even though
Right,
we spent a lot of time working on it. So yeah, that's what I
exactly.
would feel if the teacher did appreciate my project.
Correct. So the same feeling Acharya Manatungaji had. He was like, if no one will accept my hymn that I'm writing, I'm putting so much efforts, so much of my time into it. If no one will accept it, my all efforts will go into vain. What would be the purpose of it? Writing? What would be the purpose of making so much efforts into it? And then he wondered, like, what if my stuti, what if my hymn will touch other people's heart? Sometimes you get highly motivated and you'll be like, what if I'll be the like best person in the entire class? This might also be possible, right? So at some point of time, he realized that it doesn't matter whether people will like your work or not, whether people will like this hymn or not. What matters is like the intentions with which you put your work, with which Manatungaji put his efforts in the stotra, that matters the most, right? So he in this particular stotra, what he did is, in the shloka, he tried to make a comparison. So that is the reason we have lotus here and the sun over here, because he made a comparison of the leaves of lotus with, so there are water droplets everywhere, you can see, right? So imagine if the same water droplets, they fall on, let's say, like an iron block or a piece of brick, what will happen? If a water droplet will fall on an iron block or an iron sheet? Anyone? Yes.
So I've got Veer. I'm unmuting Veer. Go ahead.
um the um the uh the the droplets look like pearls, like
Okay.
iron, sorry.
Yeah, like a hot iron. what will happen if a water droplet will fall on a hot iron?
I will unmute Namra and Keisha.
I have a thing to say about this thing. Like what is happening. Oh,
Okay.
I am thinking that somebody is maybe somebody might be drowned and he's making this stotra, and then he's giving, and then Bhagwan starts to know it, and then she goes down to help that guy, and then he tells him to stotra and puts it in his head. And then he says it, and then the sun comes out, and then he tries to get out. Well, I don't know.
Wow. Beautiful. Very unique observation. Like, I never thought of this way, but I'm glad you point this out. Next time, if I'll make some effort to write, I'll definitely consider this thing. Thank you.
Do you want to call another person? I've got
Yeah.
Hia. Hia, I'm unmuting you. Go ahead.
That was the last word in mantra.
Hindu. Like in particular shloka, you mean?
This Shloka's last word, she's asking.
Bindu. Okay, so my question is, what happens when a water droplet falls on a hot iron sheet or a block?
I'm going to give somebody who's never spoken before, in my view, Ronnie and AKI, Aki. Maybe they can try.
Okay, so what I observe is that on one side it's raining, and on the other side it's the sun, like it's shining, and then there's like lotuses, and then someone is writing the shloka, and he is whatever who's in the air. I forgot his name, but he's meditating.
Okay, he's Lord Adinath, the first Tirthankar in Jainism.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. Okay, so the question is, what happens if a water droplet, or if just like a droplet of water, it falls on a hot iron or something like which is really hot? What happens?
I'm going to give Arnav and Agamya. Unmuting you guys.
The
Arnav and Agamya.
water droplet would evaporate away.
Very good. Excellent. That's what I wanted. So what happens? Water droplet evaporates. It disappears, right? So what happened here? Basically, like water droplet had its own identity, but when it falls on something hot, it loses its identity, right? So the same fear Manatungaji had when he was writing this stotra. So consider, but if the same water droplet, if it falls on a lotus, imagine what happens.
I'm going to give
Anyone wants to give a
Tivisha. Actually, I'm going to give Arnav because he was answering. I'll ask him to go ahead again.
Yeah.
Arnav and Agamya.
So the question was, if it landed.
You go ahead. The teacher had a follow-up question.
The question is, what if the same water droplet falls on a lotus?
It'll stay the same.
Okay.
Like,
No, Mom.
Anyone else?
I'll give Khushi and Ayushi. Go ahead. Khushi and Ayushi, go ahead.
Oh no, our hand wasn't raised for that.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Chahat and Saina, do you want to try and answer this question?
It would just become like a pearl.
Excellent. Big round of applause for Chahat. Very good. Sorry, Saina. Your name is Chahat or Saina?
I'm Chahat and she's Saina.
Okay, okay. Yeah. So it will shine like a pearl, right? So see, the water droplet was constant here, but when its role was changed, like when it fall on a hot iron, it loses its identity. But when it fall on a lotus leaf, it shines. Same thing, but opposite reactions, right? So considering this fact, like Manatunga, after realizing this thing, the comparison that has been made, he realized that he realizes like passion towards writing this hymn. He became more passionate that okay, now if I have started this thing, no matter if people will criticize it, people will accept it or not, I'm going to complete it and I'm going to give my best. It happens when you start with some project. So you realize like grades do not matter. What I'm going to do is like I'm going to put my best efforts and then let's like leave the rest on the teacher, right? So the same thing is being said here. Let me share the screen.
Okay.
Yeah. So as you can see here also like Manatungaji is sitting in this picture and he's praying to Lord Adinath, having this imagination of lotus and sun in his mind. So like when, so basically like the first two lines, they talk about his own passion that he wants to write a stotra, write a shloka, and he wants to like complete it. And along with it, like the next two lines, so they talk about comparison, how water leaf, how a water droplet changes its identity by falling on hot iron to falling on a lotus leaf. So same happens like in our real life as well. So just like Neelamji mentioned that this shloka is very helpful for eradicating all your problems. And along with that, it helps in getting rid of the bad sins that we did in our past life, right? So yesterday we talked about somewhere about like karmas and, you know, we should do good karmas. So that is the main existence of our Jainism as well. Like Jainism believes in the karma theory. Right. But have you ever wondered like why we should do good karmas? Anyone? What is the need like to even do anything?
I'm going to unmute Keval. I hope you raised the hand for this question. Keval, go ahead.
Okay. So we do good karma to get out of the life cycle of birth and death, and to get out of to stop rebirth and go to moksha.
Exactly. Very good. One more.
Jainesh, go ahead. Did I lose Jainesh? Okay, Atisha, go ahead.
What was
Atisha?
the question? I forgot.
Sorry?
What was the question?
So I'm asking like what is the need for performing any karmas, be it good or bad? But let's just like focus on good karmas. Why do we need to perform good karmas?
So you get a good life.
Good life. So like in the present life, which life you're talking about?
Like the life you're living.
Uh-huh. Okay, very good. Yeah, so more or less like we need to perform good karma so that along with our present birth, our next lives can also be, you know, improved and we can have like a better life. But we always have this fear we live in a world of like, you know, fear and like stress everywhere, that okay, what if this thing do not take place, like do not fall right, what if this thing I just like messed it up. So we always have this fear. But Acharya Manatungaji, through this particular shloka, he said that like we need to get rid of our fear. And in that, like the companionship matters a lot. What kind of friends do we make? What kind of people do we interact with? These things, like these little things, they matter very much. So that is the reason, like if when water droplet, so when she made friends with like iron, so she lost her identity. Whereas when she became friend with the lotus, she shined, right, like a pearl. So this is one aspect which is very important here in this particular shloka. Another one is that, okay, suppose if we have a pet and we are like, we try to just bully him, or we try to like play him but kind of like teasing him and disturb him, what will happen? What will happen if we disturb a pet or any animal, let's say?
I'm going to give Deepam K a chance. Deepam, go ahead.
So the pet will run away or not like you anymore?
Okay. How about if he'll bite? If you'll disturb him, he will also bite, right? So, okay, so what we do with our problems? If we have a problem, so we kind of like, we try to just try to disturb that by putting a more bad focus over it. So same like pet, if we treat him well, so the pet will also, he will hug us, or he will be like very nice to us. He will lick us, like show his affection and love towards whosoever is patting him, right? So same with the problems. When we deal with the problems, what happens is, like, we try to curse the problems. We try to, like talk about it. Okay, I have this problem, I have that problem. So is it happening? Like, is it going to happen that your problems will reduce? Definitely not. But if you will start loving in a sense, like you are just not putting much focus over it, or you are just like, okay, ignoring it, but accepting and being thankful and grateful to God that, okay, my life is very good. Whatever I have in this life, I'm very grateful to you. Instead of focusing on the problems, it will focus on the solutions. So automatically, like in a way, our sins will get reduced. And in the last session, like in the shloka number 7, I told you like a fact that if we meditate for 2.5 minutes, what will happen? Can anyone recall? What happens if we meditate for 2.5 minutes? Sidbhaya, can you unmute?
Most of your karma will go away.
Yeah. And what was the comparison being made to? Like meditating for 2.5 minutes is being like I compared last time. So can anyone give me the answer? Like, what was that meditation process being compared to? Okay, no worries. It's like if we compare, so meditation for 2.5 minutes is being here compared with the, like any kind of austerities, whatever tap you do, if you do like any fasting or any other thing you do. But meditation has that power to get rid of your karmas so quickly. Like within 2.5 minutes, if you surrender yourself and just get completely lean onto it, So half of your sins will get automatically diluted, right? So I'll just like explain you with a story. Um, so suppose if you go out in a mall or like for anywhere for shopping, and you see some, like you go out with your friends and you see some very attractive thing. Let's say, okay, there is a pen, or okay, I'll say like, let's say a watch. You found it like very, very attractive and it has like all the latest features and everything, right? So you got into a thought like, wow, this is really good. And you felt like, but I do not have money. I have to ask my mom for the money, and she will not allow me because last month only I got a birthday gift and I'm not gonna get another watch for it. So somehow you developed in your mind that, okay, what if I steal this watch? You think about it, maybe, and then you realize, no, stealing is bad. We should not steal. And then you just move on from there, that place. Later on, another person, B person comes, and he just like automatically he just grabbed the watch and he went outside. So what do you think is who's the real culprit here? Who's the real thief here? Person A, who just thought about the watch, who just had the thought of stealing the watch, or person B, who just directly stole the watch? And I need the reason also. What do you think? Who is the culprit here? So, okay, I'll.
Shiji, sorry, I have to call up. Call up.
Okay, Mahi, I have unmuted Mahi.
Okay, thank you, Ashiji.
It's the same thing because person A did karma by thought and person B did it by actions.
Very good. Who else? Preksha?
Person B.
Person B. Why do you think so?
Because he just directly stole the watch.
Okay. Very good. Two more. Okay. Miran? Arna?
I think person B should was the criminal because he never thought about it. He just directly stole the watch, and person A thought about stealing, but I think person A sort of healed the karma by thinking that it's bad to steal and he shouldn't steal.
Very good. Okay, one last.
I have Jill and Neil.
Yeah, okay.
Should I unmute Jill and Neil?
Yeah, please.
Jill and Neil, go ahead. Okay, I've got Ridhima. Ridhima, go ahead.
I think both of them are equally the culprit because person A, he thought about stealing it, and thinking about it and doing it physically is about the same karma. And person B, he stole it without thinking. So I think they both got the same karma. So they're both the culprit.
And okay, so I have a question for you. What if you were also present there and you saw both of them? So now who is the culprit?
Like
who, okay, so let me reframe my question. So what do you think, who acquired more karmas here? A, B, or you?
I think B, because he did it.
Okay. Okay. One more. So, okay, if I have added one more factor here, like you were also present there. So now who do you think who has acquired the maximum number of karmas? Anyone else?
I've got I'm unmuting G. Big hand up as well as hand up on the screen. So Jeet, go ahead. Jeet, I've unmuted you. We cannot hear you. You have to unmute your machine. Go ahead now.
I think both of them are the culprit because one of them had the thoughts of doing it, and that's as bad as actually doing it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, very good. So, okay, so here's the thing. I think even if you were also present, like there were three people. So in a way, all of them are culprits, but since like the person A, what he did, he created like the vibrations of negative thoughts, like thought of stealing everywhere. He's like, okay, I want to steal this watch, I want to steal this watch, I want to steal this watch. So what happened in that sense, like there was vibration in the entire environment over there of stealing. The other person did nothing, he just fall into that vibration, and that's why he got the watch. Like just think about it, you're doing some work and someone just enters and you got disturbed. So who's the real, like whose fault was it? It was not your fault, it was the person who just entered in between, right? So same here, like actually the person A will be acquiring more karma because he created such kind of vibration, and after that comes B. And if you were also present, if there was third person, he was present there, but since he saw everything, he saw, okay, this person is not doing right, this person, he knows like, okay, the other person created a vibration, and he still just stayed quiet. In that sense, he is also acquiring karmas, he is also falling into the trap of bad karmas, because he was having the knowledge, he was having samyak gyan, he was given that power, okay, you can decide that who is wrong, who is right. But rather than guiding others, what he did, he kept that knowledge to himself. So in that way, that person is also acquiring all the karmas. So if we have that power of samyak gyan or samyak drashti, if we use it for the benefit of others, in that sense also, we will be able to get rid of our bad sins or our karmas. And that's why we chant this shloka. So I'll support it with the story. So sometimes it happens like, whatever the names that we get, they do not, get in sync with the story. Oh, like with the meaning. So suppose if a person is of a jolly and a very happy nature, and he get his name Dukhi Ram. Dukh means sadness, but the person is, completely opposite. He's a very happy-go-lucky kind of person. And sometimes it happens the opposite. So there is a person whose name Sukhi Ram, but he is always sad, always crying, trying to gain sympathy from others. So sometimes, why this all things happen? Because of the fate, because of the karmas, not from this life, but from the previous life that we have acquired. So what happens is, like, there was a person whose name was Dhanpal. See, he also had this kind of fate because of his past karmas. So he had basically like two main problems. Firstly, he was poor, and secondly, he was childless. He was not having a child. But he had like a very good understanding of Bhaktamar Stotra by heart. Like he know it by heart, but he was not aware about the meanings and what each stotra stands for and everything. So he was unaware of that thing. So what happened? Like while he was in distress, one day there were two saints, Charukirti and Mahakirti. They were visiting the particular town, and he met him. So, and he told like them the entire story of his misfortune, that he's very poor and he's not having any child. So what So they suggest, like the saints, so they suggested to understand the meaning of Bhaktamar Stotra, like to understand that why is he chanting it, why he needs to know for what purpose do we need to chant it. Following this, so what he did is like he tried to meditate and with full faith and devotion. So he used to like meditate and try to learn it every day. One time while he was doing this, so he was in his meditation state, and there is a deity for this particular 8 shloka. The goddess, her name is like Devi Mahima. So she's the deity for 8th shloka. So she automatically like appeared in front of him. This actually happens, like if you meditate. So you must have seen in the movies that if you're meditating or if you're praying something, so you will see like in your imagination, someone will appear, just like if you just like a jinn. If you rub the vessel or that magic vessel, so jinn will appear. What can I do for you? What are your 3 wishes? So it was the same kind of thing. So Devi Mahima, she appeared right in front of Dhanpal, and she asked for the wishes. Like she knew the wishes, but she said that I can only fulfill one wish. So what is your topmost priority? So what he said that, okay, rather than having a child, I want wealth. I want to be, rich, so that I can help other people. I can help other needy ones who are in the need of support or help. So she granted him the wish with the wealth, and so Dhanpal, like he became very rich, and then he used all his wealth for the purpose of humanity, just by the chanting of 8 shloka. So what do you think is the moral of the story is?
Sorry, I was muted. I'm going to unmute Kriti. Kriti, go ahead. And after that, Arna, you're next.
Hello?
We can hear you, Kriti. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I think the moral of the story is like maybe it can be like Dharampal wants to help everyone, and he wanted to help because he was poor. He wanted to help the other poor to be. He could be rich, and then he can help the other poor.
Okay. Okay. Anyone else wants to guess? Thank you.
I'm going to Arna. Arna, you're next.
She already spoke.
Oh, she spoke? Oh, sorry, I wasn't sure. I already unmuted. Arna, go ahead. Neelam, go ahead, Arna.
I think the moral of the story is that you should know the Bhaktamar Stotra's meaning for it to make more sense and for it to work properly.
Excellent. Very good. Very good. Anyone else wants to give a try? One last.
Ashish, you tell me next who to unmute. Yeah. You tell me who to unmute.
Okay.
You choose who I should unmute. I've got Ari's hand up.
Ari. Yeah, we can unmute Ari.
Ari, go ahead.
I think the moral is never be greedy and always help other people.
Yeah, that could be a possible moral of the story. But for this story, thank you, Ari. So for this story, the moral is what being told by Arna. So even like if you know Bhaktamar Stotra by heart, if you know, but when you know about the meaning, so you can easily like relate yourself with that particular meaning and what is the purpose that you are chanting it for. So if you will recite it, because Dhanpal already knew about Bhaktamar Stotra earlier as well. But when the 2 saints, they asked him to, understand the meaning, then it brought a change in his life, right? He became wealthy, and like he had a goddess who granted him the wishes. So when you recite the stotra with having a proper understanding of the meaning, then it will give you more good effects. So that's why like we are conducting this, all these sessions to give you a clarity that, okay, why should you chant this stotra or this particular shloka. So why that particular, so the meaning here is referred to as samyak gyan. If you have the proper knowledge, the right knowledge, then only you can impart to the other person. If you know something, but if you know something and you are not even imparting, so it's again like a bad karma. But if you know and you are giving like wrong knowledge, if you know half and you are passing the half knowledge to other person, then you are acquiring lot and lots of like bad karmas. Because having the right knowledge, having samyak gyan is very, very important. So overall, like through the chanting, through the composition of this shloka number 8, Manatunga ji is trying to show the role of companionships, that firstly, like if you have a good company, so it depends, like you will either shine or you will deplete, you will disappear. So it all depends on your company. And we should not care about that, okay, our work will be accepted or not, or we'll be getting recognition or not. We should just put our best as much as we can do. And in that way, like this will eliminate all the tainted passions and emotions, and it will lead to like the dilution of our karmas as well. So anyone has any questions so far? In the end, we can move on to word by word meanings, but so far like pronunciation or meaning or the story. Anish?
Raised hands. I'm going to unmute Jill and Neil. Go ahead. Okay, I'm going to go with Keval. Keval, go ahead.
Keval, are you here?
Okay, he's unmuted.
Sorry, what was the question again?
No, I asked like if you have any questions.
No, I don't have any questions.
Okay.
Chahat and
Anyone
Saina.
has questions?
Hands are up, so I'm going to give them all a chance once again. Chahat and Saina, you're unmuted. Go ahead.
I forgot what was the baby's name.
Devi Mahima. Mahima. I'll write. You're welcome.
Kriti, go ahead.
Ma'am, you have not given meanings for last two classes, 6th sloka and 7th sloka.
Okay, I'll give it to you. Let's cover first 8 shloka first, and then if we're left with some time, so we'll go on to like 7th and 6th as well.
Umang and Misha.
Can we get the above?
The bob for the shloka?
Yeah.
Like the purpose?
Yeah, the purpose of like the benefits.
Yeah, so the purpose is as like we discussed, so it first along with, just like the first number shloka, so it helps to when you are faced with so many problems, so many troubles, so then also you can chant the shloka, and along with that it helps to reduce your bad sins, like to get eliminated.
Thank you. Does it also take away fear and doubt?
I'm sorry?
Does
No,
it also help
Fear
reduce
and
your fear and doubt?
In a
No,
way,
there's a
yes,
different
like when
shloka
you-
for that one.
Okay.
Like not in particular, like there's a different separate one for fear and doubt, but yeah, I mean, in the process of clearing out your disturbances, you will notice that as you're becoming more clear and the obstacles are getting less, your mind will start clearing up. So it's like It's like a byproduct.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I have one last hand up. Jainesh, go ahead.
You're welcome.
So I have an off-topic question. So for the meditation symbol, if you were focusing on it for yourself, would it still work?
Yes, it will. So you said like you're focusing on yourself, right?
Yeah.
By that you mean have you drawn somewhere or not? Like you are
Like if we
focusing by visualizing it.
focus ourselves,
Can you repeat? Sorry, your voice got broke.
if we focus on the meditation symbol for ourselves, does it still work?
Yeah, it will.
Someone else, yourself, anybody. Yeah, it works regardless.
Can you, teachers, if you're done with the session, assign homework and then go to the word by word explanation, please?
So
Thank
does
you.
anybody have any share for the water? We spoke about testimonials regarding the water experiment. Okay, Jill? Okay, I'll call on Jill.
I don't have any any question about this, but I do have another one. That is about Stotra. So what makes me full of hunger? What Stotra makes me full of hunger?
What Stotra makes me full
Full
when
of
I'm
hunger.
hungry?
What shloka makes you full?
Yeah. Of hunger.
Like, so you don't have to eat food, you're saying?
Yeah.
There is in particular, there is like physically not hungry. There is no shloka like that. I know that when we get the sun energy and we are taking the deep breaths and stuff, that gives us a lot of energy, and people have been fasting and taking a lot of sun energy, doing the Surya Namaskar. But
Jill, how
I
old are
haven't
you?
heard in
I am 6.
So you don't want to eat food?
Exactly.
Why?
There's no shloka to get away from eating food.
Sorry. No.
Yeah,
Will not
we can do
suggest
the
any
sun
shloka
energy
to
and
keep you hungry.
fasting. But the thing is, did you do the water experiment? Can you tell me about that?
It's a cute
What was your
question.
Yeah.
Water experiment, no.
No.
Okay.
Okay, no problem.
Do it this time, okay? I want to hear your feedback.
What?
Thank you for sharing.
Feedback. Water experiment. We'll do water experiment.
Okay.
All right, no
With-
problem. So water experiment, like if anyone wants to share, so they can always like record it, or maybe in the next weekend, like we can discuss about it, since we are running like short of time. So the homework will be the same, 8 shloka 3 times, and chanting also you can record and post it on Flipgrid. In shloka you can post over the groups. So try, yeah,
Why
and try
don't
to
you
like
guys
if,
do like 1 minute meditation every day? Like we're going over so many practices of meditation, right? And like we were saying, even 2 or 2.5 minutes of meditation removes the karma. So if we do that every day and we practice the mindfulness, isn't that going to help us with everything, with our relationships, our homework, our play, how we get along with everybody? So I suggest that before doing anything, let's just do like 2.5 minutes every day. Sit down and do any type of meditation, any simple thing. I taught you about the breath work. The breath is very important. Just breathe in and out from your mouth open. You can focus on your third eye, which is in between your eyebrows, your Agna chakra. What other things? You can do the moving meditation if you guys like to dance. So we can do that, and that will also put you in a very dynamic state. It's called dynamic meditation for a reason. Yeah, so there's many multifolded meditations, and then we will obviously do new ones every time. But yeah, give me your feedback on that too, and let's practice some mindfulness with everything that's going on in the world, and just with all the benefits of it, and it helping with alleviate our karmas. I think that should be added to the homework too.
Yeah, so the overall purpose is like whenever you feel comfortable and whenever you get some time, so meditate, look what is going on within your inner self, and just meditate over it, and maybe you'll get answers to a lot of unsolved questions, and you'll get some clarity in your life, be it academic life or any outside world. So moving on to this, like we'll go for word by word explanation of the stotras. Firstly, I'll cover the 8th shloka. Okay. So first word is matveti. Matveti is derived from two words. Matva means agreeing or considering. Matva, M-A-T-V-A. Matva, which means considering or agreeing to something. And iti, I-T-I, iti, which means this. So I plus A, it lead to E. Matveti means considering this or agreeing to this. Natha means O Lord. Natha means O Lord. Tava, T-A-V-A, Tava means yours. Yours. Next word is very common. We had it in the 7th shloka as well. Samstavan means you can say like devotion or this particular stotra. Any act of devotion, be it like you were devoting through any stuti or through any stotra or through any mantra. So it will all fall under stavan, sanstavan. Next is mayeda, but it is broken into two words. Maya means M-A-Y-A, Maya, plus idam. So Maya means through me. Like Acharya Manatunga in the first line, so he said that whatever the stotra, like which I am writing, the stotra is being written by me. Idam means this, again, like this stotra is written by me. Matveti, Natha, Tava, Samstavanam, Mayeda. So Mayeda, as I said, like it's idam. So we are left with Arabhyate. In the second line, we are left with Arabhyate. Arabhyate, which means to begin, to start something, to commence something. Arabhyate means to begin or to start something. Next word is Tanu Dhyapi. Tanu, T-A-N-U. Tanu means the one who has less wisdom or who is not very intelligent. Tanu, the one with less wisdom. Dhiya means whose intellectual level. So here we are referring to that person like Dhiya, the one whose intellectual level is less. So that's the goes for like Tanu Dhiya, means the one who has less intellectual level. Api, api is again a common word, which means also. Tav, I have covered in the first line. Tav means yours. Tava means yours. Next word is prabhavat. Prabhavat means with the effect of. With the effect of. Prabhavat. Arabhyate means beginning. Tanu, Tanu means this. Tanu Dhyapi, so the one whose intellectual level is less. Tava means yours. Prabhavat means with the effect of. So here it's still at. I is left. We'll move it to the next word, which will become chit. Chit. Chit means our body. This is again, you will this word like you'll find in other shlokas as well. So keep a record of it. Chit means body. Harishyati. Harishyati means taken away or borne by, B-O-R-N-E. Taken away or borne by. Satam. Satam means good people. Like the way we talked about the company. So if you'll stay in the company of good people, you will become good human beings. If you'll stay in the company of bad people, you will become bad. Satam means good people. Nalini Daleshu. Nalini Daleshu. So Nalini Daleshu here refers to the leaves of lotus. Nalini Daleshu. Leaves of lotus. Nalini Daleshu. It's a little bit long word, but next word we have is Mukta Phala. Mukta Phala. This is again like you can use it as a term like phal here refers to the fruits. So like the free movement of the water droplet is here referred to as Mukta Phala. Mukta Phala. Then we have is Dyuti Mupaiti. So Dyuti, it has again iti, which means also. And then we are left with the word upaiti. Others are just like for the Sandhi rules for Sanskrit. Upaiti, which means to obtain. Next word is Nanuda Binduha. Nanu means determinedly. Once you made your mind, like once Acharya Manatungaji made his mind that no matter if people will criticize or not, I'm going to complete it. So Nanu means determiningly. Next word is, we are left with, Nanu is covered, but there is one more U. Uda Binduha. Uda Binduha, which means drops in the water. Or water droplets. Okay, questions?
I have 3 people with raised hands. I'm going to go with Kinisha Shah. Go ahead.
My question is that in the last line Muktapala, what does that mean?
Muktapala. So it's like the splendor, the shine of the water droplet.
Okay.
Like it shines like a pearl. So Muktapala is that the shine, basically.
Okay, thank you.
Next, I've got Arna Shah.
So, in the third line, what does Harishyati mean?
Harishyati, which means like to take away.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
I've got Priksha Jain.
How do you pronounce the last word of the last line?
Nanudah bindu. Nanudah binduhu.
Okay. Priksha, can you not randomly turn on video?
All right.
Stop randomly turning on video.
Okay, I've got Kia. Go ahead. Sorry, disappeared. Mavi Prakash. Mavi, you're unmuted. Go ahead. Okay, we'll come back to him. Kia, go ahead.
What do you mean by Nanudah bindu?
I'm sorry?
What do you mean by Nanudah bindu?
Nanud bindu. Okay. So Nanu means determine, like when you made a decision. And Udbindu means water droplets.
Thank you.
Okay, there are no more hands up. Sorry, one more just came in. Amiya, go ahead. I've unmuted you.
What do they mean by taken away by good people?
Taken away by good people?
Yeah. And like in
Oh, so you mean Chetu Harishti Satam?
yeah.
Okay, so here like the comparison is made that like the same way our identity is if we indulge with the bad company, so our identity is taken away. And if we indulge with the good people, so then we get a new identity. Like, so Satam Nalini Daleshu Muktapala is the next line, like the next phrase over here, that we'll get a good identity and we'll shine like a pearl.
Okay.
Okay.
More left.
Yeah, we've already addressed everyone's questions that came in. Now this is a repeat. It's just a repeat questions coming up. So I've got Arna. I'm going to unmute Arna Dumaria. Go ahead.
What does mateveti mean in the first line? The first word on the first line?
So it means agreeing to this. Matva plus iti means considering this or agreeing to this.
Thank you.
Yeah. So Manatunga ji here agreed to the fact that okay, it doesn't matter if someone will accept it, praise it or not. I will continue on writing a stotra or hymn for you. Any other questions?
I see Janesha's hand raised.
I'm unmuting Jainesh. You're
Sorry,
unmuted, Jainesh. Go ahead.
sorry. Can you say the whole meaning starting from Samstavan in the first line?
So you mean word by word meaning? Okay. So samstavanam means devotion, any act of devotion, which here refers to like stotra that he wrote. So devotional act, you can say. Mayeda. Mayeda means through this. Like the stotra being written by me, through me. Then we have arabhyate, which means to begin, to start. Arabhyate, which means to begin or to start. Tanudhiya plus api. So Tanudhya is the person with less intellect, with less mind or less wisdom. Tanu Dhiya, the person with less mind. Api means also. Api means also. Tava, I have covered earlier, means yours.
Ashiji, somebody actually on the WhatsApp group has already shared word by word of what you did, actually as a picture. So I would encourage all the kids, if they want to see it, kudos to your teaching, because somebody's already put it up there while the class is in session.
Beautiful, beautiful, Priyanka ji. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, sorry, whoever they wrote this is, I think it's a mother's name, but hats off to you or your children who are doing this, because you make us and our teachers proud.
That's nice. Yeah, that's very
Good
good.
writing also, by the way. I can read this writing, it's very good. Unlike my son's writing, this is very good.
I just checked. So
Sorry,
now
didn't
you
mean-
have the meaning.
Just tell them one time, I mean, maybe I'll just say it right now, that these sessions are getting recorded, as we all know, and anything that's already been covered, and if you have more questions about it, if there's a new question, of course, reach out to us anytime, reach out to Ashi, and that's why we have our WhatsApp group. Ask it in a group, so that way other people might have the same question, they'll know the answer to. So otherwise, just go back to the recorded session and listen to it again as a reference. Yeah. Ashi, wrap up kare?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So please join your hands. Close your eyes. We'll start with Navkar mantra. Namo Arihantanam, Namo Siddhanam, Namo Ayariyanam, Namo Vachayanam, Namo Loe Sab Sahunam, Eso Panch Namokaro, Sav Pav Panashino, Mangalanam Chai Savesim, Padmam Havai Mangalam. Namo Arihantanam, Namo Siddhanam, Namo Ayariyanam, Namo Vajayanam, Namo Loe Sab Sahunam, Eso Panch Namokaro, Sav Pav Panashino, Mangalanam Chai Savesim, Padmam Havai Mangalam, Namo Arihantanam, Namo Siddhanam, Namo Ayariyanam, Namo Vajayanam, Namo Loe Sab Sahunam, Eso Panch Namokaro, Sav Pav Panashino, Mangalanam Chai Savesim, Padmam Havai Mangalam, Padmam Havai Mangalam. Paramam Havai Mangalam. Bolo Adinath Bhagwan ki jai. Acharya Manatungaji Maharaj ki jai. Bhaktamar Mahastotra ki jai. 24 Tirthankar Bhagwan ki jai. Jin Shashan Jin Dev ki jai.
So kids, thank you all for staying with us again today.
Yeah.
Before leaving, let's all clap for Ashi and Neelamji, both our teachers. It's been a couple of days of very good sessions. So always with a smile. I like Atisha, great smile. Everybody
And by
smile.
the way, Manju auntie was waiting for 45 minutes, and I think now she must have slept because it's like 1:30 in India. I let her in because she was in the waiting room, and I let her in, and I think she was waiting for you to wrap up the class to be able to wish you, but she's not in the room anymore because I looked for her. Manju auntie.
Oh, she was here? I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I let her in, and she was, obviously she was like waiting for her to finish and not to interject, but now she's not in the room. So I had to let you guys know.
So, but again, as I say, clap kids for both your teachers and have a lovely Sunday, and wish Ashi a very happy birthday, and Neelam and Ashi ji both a very lovely Sunday with a bright smile like she talks about, and Neelam ji talks about dancing, singing, smile. And finally, my son had his video on for a second, so I'm proud of seeing my son also. They never keep the videos on otherwise, but keep your videos on, kids, as we all love to.
I love
teachers
the
love to see
open
your smiling
spirit
faces.
you have. Very open spirit, open heart, and open mind. I love that. You guys are thinking outside the box. Everyone's really getting into the meditations now. Amazing.
Thank you, everyone.
That sets the practice.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, guys, thumbs up before leaving.
Bye.
Thumbs up
Thank
before
you.
leaving. Everybody, thumbs up before leaving. Nice dancing thumbs up. Good.
Very good.
Actually, good dancing, everyone.
See you guys next weekend.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Leaving the meeting.